Hey guys, so it is Saturday and I am definitely still in reset mode for the new year. And one of the things that I have been wanting to do is to reset this notebook closet because when we first moved into this house last February, we had so much stuff to organize that I really just kind of threw all of my notebooks and some of my planners and some of my papers and things into this closet. And throughout the past few months, whenever I need something, I come in and things start to fall down and they're not super organized and I don't have them arranged in a way that's good. I also just kind of put a ton of stuff down along the bottom that also isn't organized. And so this might be a big project. I don't know if I can actually finish it today, but for our first notebook challenge of the year, I thought it would be fun to reorganize this notebook closet as best I can and then show you a look at some of the notebooks that I'm using for this month. So side note too is that this particular notebook closet is adjacent to my office, my like witchy writing office. So I have my plotting wall over here. I did some major changes over the holidays in that I took the furniture that matches this set, used to be here, and I took that furniture out. It's in a different location in the house, and I put in this really cute little couch and sort of decorated the top here. I don't have, most of these aren't filled yet with photos because I'm still trying to decide, but I'm really happy with the vibe of this room and how it's all turned out. And this is the main space that I'm going to be writing in. So I've got my desk set up here. I'm working to continue to put stuff on the wall over here. And I do have another closet. So you will see there are some notebooks in here and in this little section here. I also have some of my supplies, like some of my pencil cases and extra pens and other things in here. So this organizing project might include this room just a little bit as well. One of the things I absolutely loved about this house when we came to look at it last year, which it's almost exactly a year since we first saw this house, and I'm just so grateful to be here, is how much storage that we have in this house because I have a lot of stationery and I knew that I wanted office spaces that had really nice closets. So that is definitely something I am super, super grateful for and excited to get them in a more organized, efficient use of space. So let's get started. Okay, so we are back to the closet the way it was when we first moved in. I am going to take a cloth to this and wipe it down, but here's what the space looks like. It's so much room in here. And then we moved everything into our bedroom. So this is currently the state of all of the things that need to be organized. So definitely glad we moved it into the bedroom because this will motivate me to get it done before we go to bed tonight. So I'm trying to think what's the best way to start. And I think really the only way to start is just to go through and organize into piles of what am I donating? What am I keeping? Some things are empty boxes from various electronics and stuff like that. So I might put that into a bin on the top. You don't always have to keep your old boxes, but for some reason I do like to keep boxes of the things that I'm currently still using in case I want to resell them or put them away or anything like that. And then maybe organizing according to like what is actual notebooks and what is not notebooks, as well as what's used that I want to keep versus what is empty and I want to keep. So it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm going to combine this with my goal to read more books, and I'm going to put in my earbuds and organize while I'm listening to an audiobook. Okay, so it may not look organized yet, but I have put stuff into piles. So these are all old plotting notebooks or things like that. These are spiral notebooks that haven't been used. These are my old journals that I want to keep. I've got some bullet journals. I've got kind of like hardcover journals that are not used. All of this is all Hello Kitty themed notebooks. I have, ooh, it's going to fall. It's going to fall. Okay. Hello Kitty notebooks. I have kind of like soft A5 type size notebooks, Erin Condren notebooks. I've got these notebooks from Michaels, any Happy Planner things. So I have stuff, even though it's not pretty, it's organized according to piles. And I just went on to officedepot.com and ordered some bookends, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange these into sets, and then I'm going to bookend them so they're all kind of separate rather than just one long line of notebooks. And we're going to see how that feels. So I'm going to go pick those up. And the rest of the stuff isn't really organized yet in terms of just like the bits and bobs and stickers and other things. But I figured let's get the notebooks in there first. I also put all of the like electronics, empty boxes and stuff that I want to keep into this. So I had these sort of storage bins in my other room, but they weren't being used. So I'm just going to pull them into this room. And then I've got a box of donation stuff over there. And I've got just some other little boxes that I'll use when I'm putting things together. But I think that the next step for me is to organize what's inside these sort of keepsake boxes and make sure I'm keeping everything that's in there. And then I'm going to go pick up that stuff from Office Depot. Okay, so I'm back, and this is what I got, is just these 7-inch bookends that have kind of a coating on the bottom so that they don't move. Just as another side note, we have one light here, and there's no light inside this room. So we've added these strips here, but this one seems to need a new battery. They're motion censored. So what I'm planning to do is put notebooks in categories, I guess. So like all of my Hello Kitty notebooks, all of my Erin Condren notebooks, all of my old plotting notebooks that I won't reference as much will go towards the top, and use these to kind of section them out with space in between. So some of this might be trial and error to see kind of how it looks, but let's see if we can bring some notebooks back in. So it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm going to combine Okay, so here's all the Erin Condren. Most of these are spiral, and then I have some of these just smaller notebooks. Well, now I'm on a different camera because sadly I had it up on the shelf and I dropped it and now it is smashed. So that's not a happy time, but we're gonna keep soldiering forward. So I have all of my old plotting notebooks up there, and we're gonna go and pick up the next set of notebooks. Okay, so I've got spiral notebooks here and Happy Planner stuff here. Okay, we are done. So I took some of these that used to be in my bathroom. They're just these white bins I think I got from Dollar Tree years ago to put some little odds and ends. I have pictures here, old planners, and sort of some hodgepodge of like memory keeping type stuff. I have like hand lettering things over here, some like bins that are full of sort of bits and bobs and stickers and things like that. And then I have more notebooks. So I've got like happy planner stuff and my, there's several different ones here. And one of the things that I did is in some of these areas, I did put one of these bookends, because that way when you pull one thing off the shelf, the whole thing isn't going to start to fall, because at least it's reinforced like here and here and here. So it should be pretty sturdy. And then I've got spiral notebooks here, Michael's notebooks, all of my sort of A5 size soft bound notebooks. I have some of these campus notebooks that I got when we were at Daiso. And then in this little basket, I've got all my old B6 Simply Gilded ones, as well as any of my little sort of passport size TNs. I've got a little space here, so I'll tell you what that's for in a second. Erin Condren notebooks, all of my Hello Kitty notebooks, and some Erin Condren Traveler's Notebook type things over there with some pens. I have this whole top row is basically plotting notebooks or journals or planners that I want to keep, that I'm not going to be accessing very often. And I pulled this whole set from that closet in the other room to make space over there. And then I found this cute little like marquee board, and I'm just looking for the black letters that go with it so I can put maybe a little message. Up at the top here, I have all of my old electronics boxes, some papers, and just kind of some of the extra stuff that was on the floor that I don't need to access very often, just things that are up there. So I tried to pull a little bit of light in here so that you guys could see it, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And I feel like what's better, I have room to grow, and I've put it in such a structure that, like I said, even if I pull one notebook out, everything else isn't going to fall, because I've got these bookends, and these were not that expensive. They came in sets of 2 for like $8. And so I think it's going to make everything more organized throughout this whole space. Now you can see I have this entire space right here, and this is reserved for Archer and Olive notebooks. They almost always come in these nice boxes, so I'm going to keep them in their boxes. But over the holidays, Black Friday time, Christmas time, Archer and Olive had a huge sale. And I bought a lot of stuff. So I'm going to take you guys through, as part of our notebook challenge, my Archer and Olive haul as well. And then I'll show you what notebooks I'm using for the month of January, and we'll talk about a notebook giveaway. So here's my notebook closet. I love it. Yay. Okay. So I hope you loved the organization of the notebook closet a little bit. It's something a little different for our first notebook challenge of the year. If you are new to the notebook challenge and to my videos, really the purpose of the notebook challenge is just to stop worrying about trying to be perfect or hoarding notebooks that you love, and instead start using them. As you can see, I have over the years developed quite a large collection of notebooks, and especially those Hello Kitty ones. I get so scared to write in them and start using them. But since I have started the notebook challenge a few years ago and started actually going through and using my notebooks, they have brought me so much joy, and they're so functional, and I love it. So I hope that you will continue to use your notebooks as well. And speaking of notebooks, it's like, even though I have a lot, I continue to sometimes buy more, especially when there's a big sale. So Archer and Olive has amazing handcrafted journals and planners, and they are in a variety of sizes. They have really thick 160 GSM paper, and it's just lovely. And so they had a big sale over the Christmas holidays, and so I wanted to run you through real quick kind of what I ended up buying. I love that the Archer and Olive notebooks all come with their own keepsake box, because as you can see, I do like to keep and hold on to some of my older notebooks. And so it's nice when you have this beautiful box to keep them in. A lot of people will ask me, what do you do with your old notebooks? So now you kind of see see. I don't keep them all, but the ones I do keep, I want to keep kind of all together in that closet. So let me just take these out of their boxes, but you can see there's sort of a variety. Most of their planners come in this white box, but every once in a while you can get some of the special editions that come in these sort of colorful boxes, and I just think they're really lovely. So like I said, over the holidays, Archer and Olive had a sale, and some of these notebooks are typically maybe like $30 to $35, but they had some of them on sale for like $7 and $8. So that's why I couldn't resist it. Even though I know it's probably going to take me years to go through these, I thought these would also make good giveaways for our notebook challenge. So I'm excited for them. So two of the things that I got are just these notepads, and this is their regular 160 GSM paper, just in a variety of colors. And these are great because you can create your designs, create Dutch doors, tip-ins, other little things that you can glue into your pages, which I think is nice for the color. And then also this watercolor pad that you can paint on. For the first time ever, I was able to snag 2 of their square notebooks. I think it was Plant-Based Bride that I saw using the square ones, and they're just so cute. I love this particular shape, and it's really unique. And so I got this one that is like a narwhal. This is sort of a leatherette type cover. And this is just the white 160 GSM dot grid paper. All of their notebooks come with 2 ribbons. One will have this ampersand sign, and then they all come with a pocket in the back, as well as a pin loop and an elastic. So these are really quality, well-made journals. So I got one with this ink pot and quill, and one with the narwhal. They're both the same white paper. I also got multiple in the A5 size, which is probably my favorite size. So a few of these are different types of paper. So this snake one, for example, is a Neapolitan notebook. So it has 3 different colors. You have the white paper followed by like 10 pages or so of craft paper, and then blackout paper. And I really love the Neapolitan look. And I have one other notebook that's Neapolitan, but it's one of those that I've been scared to write in because I feel like because there's multiple types of paper, I want to make sure that I have the right like idea for how I'm going to use each one. And I just really want to get over that feeling that I'm going to run out or that I'm going to mess it up, and instead just enjoy it. So once I finish my story journal, I think this will be my next story journal with the Neapolitan. So I'm kind of tapping that one on the shoulder to be the next. So it has this cool snake design. And then I also got an A5 that's just craft paper. The whole thing is craft paper with this cool gold moon and stars. And then I got 2 gifts for my sister. She is an artist and an art teacher, and I just really know that she enjoys nice notebooks as well. So one of them I couldn't find. It's somewhere in all my Christmas stuff to be sent out. I'm a little bit late on sending that out, but her birthday's coming up too, so I'm sending her a big package. So one is this sort of rainbow pride one for her. And then I also got her a yellow one because yellow is her favorite color. Now this on the inside is just the white paper again, and the yellow one is also just the white paper. This is one that I did not get over Christmas. I had bought this one during the Halloween sale. She had some really neat Halloween designs this year, and I wanted them all, but I had a hard time deciding which one I wanted because I loved this and the witch hat. So I got this during the Halloween sale, which was, it's like a silver with hollow sides, and it's all blackout on the inside. But then I think they all sold out. And then when the Christmas sale, there were a few left over. And so I ended up getting the witch's hat in this B5 size, which is the larger size that they sell in the white pages. So I'm pretty excited that I got it. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for, but it is so cute. And this is more of like a linen cover instead of like a leatherette. So it's a little bit different feel, but I love that purple. And then I also got another sort of, I guess this is like a Big Dipper sort of astrology one that has the Neapolitan interior for this B5 notebook. I also got a few little extras like some of these sticker sheets, and This is like an A5 notebook cover. So you could take this and put it inside here so that you could protect the cover if you didn't like the feel of the cover, or if you wanted to also put like pictures or other types of things in there, you could use this A5 cover. So I wanted to try that out. And I also got just a few things that were on extra sale, which are from some of the older sort of boxes, I think. So I already took them out, but I think these were from subscription boxes. So it's just colored pencils, but these were, the sets of them were only like $1 something. And so I couldn't resist it. So I got those 2 sets. One was from this blackout version, and then the other one I think was from the Love box. So a few little pencils there to try. And then I also grabbed in the sale just these white Archer and Olive gel pens that will look great on the craft paper and the blackout paper. I got 1 set of the calligraph pens. So I had never tried these before, but these are basically like a dual tipped brush marker. So a little bit of a brush tip on one side, and then the other side is just a hard, oh no, it's like a smaller brush tip. So these are pretty cool. These are the Flourish collection. So I thought I would give those a try since they were also pretty heavily discounted in this particular color. And then part of the spring sort of blossom collection, I got these acrylograph pens. So these are acrylic paint pens that you shake them up and then they will paint literally on top of the black paper, the white paper, the craft paper. They look good on all the paper. And I have a few other sets of their pens and I really love them. So I grabbed this one because it was also deeply discounted. And then the final thing that I got besides the notebook that I'm going to be giving away today is this. This is another thing I had gotten previously, is this wax seal. So this is another, it's like a stack. No, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a stack of books with a little ink pot and feather quill on top. And it comes with 2 wax seals. So I just thought I would probably use that because I have a couple other wax seals that I use sometimes. So, oh, you can kind of see the design here, the book stack with the little flowers on top. So it's very cute. And then the final thing that I got when I was shopping at Archer and Olive is this. This is white paper. So this is one of their main sort of notebooks, and it is more pages. So you've got 192 dot grid pages, and this is their typical just white thick paper with the double arrows and the 2 ribbons and all of the good stuff. And it's just a particularly thick notebook. So this will be our giveaway for today, is this double arrow notebook. So all you have to do to enter to win today's giveaway is, of course, be subscribed to the channel, like this video, and comment down below. And I will pick one winner by Friday this week. I also currently have 3 planners that I'm giving away on my previous video for my Erin Condren Franken planner. So if you're watching this on Sunday, you still have until tomorrow to enter to win that one if you'd like. So that is my Archer and Olive haul. And all of these are going to go in that notebook closet in that section that I saved in their boxes. So I'm pretty excited for that. And then in terms of the planners that or notebooks, I guess, that I'm spending my most time in the month of January, it's these 3. So in the past, I've tried a couple different things. Let me just pick one notebook and try to fill it up in a month. And that felt like too much pressure to try to fill it up quickly. And it felt like a chore. So that didn't really work for me. Another thing I've tried is just like, let's try starting, since I have so many notebooks, let's try starting 2 or 3 new ones every single month. But then it starts to be too much to keep up with. So we go in the seasons, right? And right now I'm in a season of like, okay, I don't want to pressure myself to use up a full notebook every single month, but I do want to simplify how many notebooks I'm using. Now, some of the notebooks that I've started in the past, like a washi tape sample notebook, a notebook where I'm keeping track of some of the nicer like comments or emails that have come in, I'm going to continue to keep up with those. And I'll share them once I feel like they're kind of full, but I don't fill those out every single day or even every single week, just kind of whenever it occurs to me. So I'm sharing today sort of the 3 notebooks that I am in pretty much every day. One being kind of a recommitment to my story inspiration journal. Over Q4, I fell off the wagon of this and so many other things because I was so busy with my work that I just didn't get a chance to fill this out as much as I wanted. So I have been back in it a little bit. It doesn't look that different than it looked before. I haven't had time to add lists or talk about the characters in the quarry and things like that. We also finished Death Note probably in maybe September or October. And I want to go through and mark them off and write some of my thoughts about this anime because it was so good. We've also been watching Hunter x Hunter, which I've really enjoyed. And I want to fill out a few pages about the character development in that one. We're currently also watching Yellowstone, my husband and I, and there are some messed up characters in the series. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the characters and the complex storylines and things like that. There's a lot of drama and there's multiple seasons, so I left room to talk about it more. And then the other thing that I've put in here is one of my favorite series, which is The Wheel of Time. And I started reading this about a year or so before I got pregnant with Evie, and I fell so much in love with this series and the characters that we ended up naming our daughter Nynaeve, which is after one of the characters in this series. And my husband has read this series multiple times, but once I got pregnant with her, I stopped reading as much, and these books are so long, so I never made it through to the end of the series. I only made it about halfway through. So now, years later, I have gone back to finish the series. So I'm going to be tracking my thoughts, where I think the Act 1 climaxes are and everything else, because it's kind of my dream to maybe someday write an actual fantasy series in omniscient point of view, but I know that my skill is not there yet. And so I want to continue reading, taking inspiration out of these like master storytellers and just enjoying it. So I'm going to be taking notes on that in here and just continuing to fill this up as the months go on. So this is kind of where I keep track of all the stories that I'm consuming and what I think about character development and where I think the climaxes are and that sort of thing. But I also am using for the first time ever a plotting notebook that is smaller, B6stalogy. So in the past, my plotting notes have all gone in Happy Planner, and I have loved that for sure. But I've been feeling a move toward something that is more portable, that I can just carry around the house with me. I can carry outside. I can be, outside with the kids and not have to like worry about losing pages, which you can in a Happy Planner and stuff like that. I have not had as much time to set it all up because I'd like to do a washi dashboard and some nice stuff in here. But this paper is from the Honeybee shop, and I put a little Redbubble sticker here. I've got some future books covers here, but I want to do a washi dashboard. I want to fill out the beginning of this with basically some trackers of how many words I've written while I'm in this notebook. Originally, my husband was like, you could have one notebook per book that you write, but I don't think I'll use an entire 365-page notebook for every single book that I write. So instead, I'm just going to use it and plan to use it for this is my 2023 writing notebook, and we'll see kind of how far I get into it. So far, I have not, like I said, set it up really. I have put in on this other side, which I haven't revealed the cover yet. I've got the cover of The Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw taped in over here. And usually the way that I put those images in is I just print them out on sticker paper. And so that's what I've done here. And then I have the tagline for the book, Everyone There Had a Reason to Want Vanessa Gone, including me. It's a young adult paranormal mystery that I'm writing. I'm going to move all of my notes, like my main overarching notes about each character with my color code, into here this week. And then I also just have a little bit of journaling about how the edits are going. So I have about 28,000 more words to finish this book. So I was going through what's my plan to take what I did during Nano and then continue finishing the book. So I'm hoping I can finish the book this month, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be mostly doing some of my plotting and brainstorming in here, as well as actually putting some images in here of things that inspire me for the story. And it's just going to be a work in progress. But I can't imagine I will use, since I'm so close to the end of this book, more than probably this for this book. And then when I start my next book, I will utilize this a little bit more. But I am hoping to be in this most days with my journaling coming up. And then the other one is the Sterling Ink Common Planner, which is more of a planner, but because so many, like the majority of pages are similar to that B6 Stalogy, that they're just blank, it also is more like a notebook. So again, I don't have this fully set up. These covers are from Lauren Phelps Designs. I want to put a washi dashboard in here. I don't have anything in this goal breakdown section, but I am utilizing these pages very similar to how I was using my Hobonichi Cousin, which is to put in my tarot cards for the day. And then the monthly just has something I'm grateful for the day. And then the weekly spread has my tarot cards for the night and what that tarot card kind of means to me right now. And then in the daily section, I have some tip-ins from various shops. I've got a bunch of these cut out already. I want to do some journaling here. And then I have a habit tracker and some of my other journaling so far from my evening kind of wind down sort of journaling. So this is probably my main journal. This is my plotting book for my stories, and this is my story journal for what I'm currently consuming in story. And these are kind of the three biggest notebooks that I'm in, and I'm hoping next month to be able to show you what progress I've made being in them for a full month. So you're probably going to see a little bit of a shift in the notebook challenge in that I'm going to be covering the same notebook more often, and then every once in a while I'll kind of update you on how things are going with some of those older notebooks. Every month we also do a diverse read, and this is a book and an author that I have been really admiring and following for a while online, and her name is Yasmin Cheyenne. She is a self-healing educator, author, speaker, and mental wellness advocate who helps people learn how to cultivate daily practices to build healthy, joyful lives. Cheyenne believes in self-healing for everyone and launched the Sugar Jar Community app, a safe space with resources to support your mental health in 2022. So you can find her at yasmincheyenne.com or Yasmin Cheyenne on Instagram. I highly recommend following her on Instagram if you're into personal development and self-healing and just embracing more joy, I guess. So this concept that she has is the sugar jar, that you are the jar and all the sweet things in life are the sugar, and that's your energy. And I am really drawn to the things that she has to say. And I just have found this to be a wonderful book so far. I'm not quite through with it. I'm only a few chapters in, but she shares a lot of the wisdom from this book on her Instagram. And I knew after following her for the past year that I wanted to get this book. So she says, you're the jar, the sugar is your energy, and you strive to maintain a healthy lid or boundary as a tool for helping us protect our energy and identify patterns in what depletes and restores us. So if you're into some healing and encouraging words, highly recommend this amazing author, Yasmin Cheyenne, and her book, The Sugar Jar. Next month, we're going to be featuring a diverse author from our own community who has taken my Publish and Thrive course. So I'm really excited for that. But I will have all the links for The Sugar Jar and where you can follow Yasmin Cheyenne down in the description box. So thank you so much for being here for yet another year of the Notebook Challenge. It might look a little bit different this year, but I still, as always, would love to see what notebooks you're using. So if you want to head over to Instagram at Heart Breathings, you can tag me or you can use the hashtag HB Notebook Challenge so everybody can see what notebooks and what your stack of notebooks is like right now, or if you're even just using one single notebook, what is it and how are you doing with it? I'm wishing you guys the best start to your new year. I will be back later this week with my New Year reset routine. And of course, don't forget to enter that giveaway by comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to leave you with just one last look at that notebook closet with all the new Archer and Olive put in there. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.